My name is Makaru. I'm from Ironhold. I was originally from the Valley of the Holy Tempest. I'm here to explain spell balls to dirt beginners at Amtgard so they know what happens when they get hit with one of these. First of all, before I even start on the spell balls, you need to know a few effects that are attached to some of the spell balls. Let's start with weapons. Some of these spell balls are what's called weapon destroying. Weapon destroying spell balls, when they hit a weapon, will destroy them. Next part is armor breaking. Some of these spell balls are armor breaking. When armor is struck by a spell ball with armor breaking, if it has only 3 points remaining in the armor, then it removes the armor, unless there's some other effect at play. Some armors don't like being armor broken. Then there's also armor destroying. That will wipe out the armor entirely. Again, there's some special effects that kind of nullify that. There's also shield destroying on some of these. That means it will destroy the shield as soon as it hits it. So stopped means you can't move your feet. Right? Your feet will be stuck in place, but you can still fight, you can still move around. So engulfing is where if it hits anything on the person that they are wearing or touching or anything like that, the effect will take place. In a suppressed state, someone who is suppressed cannot use magic or abilities. Basically be essentially down to just their weapons and armor and shield, whatever's physical, whatever actually quote-unquote exists. So the frozen state is essentially you become an ice statue. You can't move, you can't interact with the game, and most things won't affect you. There's certain spells and things that can get you, but if you get hit by an ice ball or frozen in some other way, then you will become an ice statue, and then if somebody has something that will affect you, they'll tell you. Wounds kill is another effect that when it hits you anywhere and it hits you in a location that would inflict a wound, it kills you instead. So if it hits your leg or your arm, for example, then you're just dead. To start with, at level 1, Wizard gets a Force Bolt. This is your very basic spell. It's pretty much useful throughout the time being a wizard. So what it will do is if it hits a person, it'll inflict a wound. If it hits somebody with armor, it's armor breaking. If it hits a weapon, it's weapon destroying. It's a very quick incant. That's what you need to know if you get hit by that one. At level 2, you get an Entangle. It's a brown one. What this does, it doesn't inflict any damage or anything like that. It inflicts a state, which is called stopped. That's what this inflicts. And it's what is also known as engulfing. Next up is the Suppression Bolt. The Suppression Bolt inflicts what is called a suppressed state. And this is also engulfing. At level 3, a wizard gets a Lightning Bolt. A Lightning Bolt is basically a combination of the Force Bolt and the Entangle. It has an engulfing stopped effect, just like Entangle. Also, it inflicts a wound, it breaks weapons, weapon destroying, and it is armor breaking. At level 3, you get an Iceball. It's the same engulfing effect as an Entangle, for example. When it hits someone in their garb or anywhere, it inflicts the frozen state. It's an engulfing frozen spell ball. That's pretty much all there is to it. At level 4, you get a Fireball. It is a little more powerful. It is shield destroying, armor destroying, wounds kill. At level 5, wizards get a Phase Bolt. So Phase Bolt is exactly like a Force Bolt. Weapon destroying, armor breaking, inflicts a wound, except it has a special effect. It goes through anything magic. So if someone's wearing an enchantment that involves armor, or someone has an ability that is protecting themselves, it will skip it and inflict a wound. The catch is it doesn't go through physical things like a shield, actual armor. It'll still apply armor breaking, but it does not otherwise go through physical items. And finally, at level 6, the Spear of Annihilation. This thing is a fireball, but worse. It is still shield destroying. It is wounds kill, just like a fireball. However, it has an added effect of it ignores armor. So any armor that the players weren't wearing, no matter what kind of effects it has or what it is, this will go through it, ignore it, and kill the player. Thank you for listening. I enjoy Wizard very much, and it was a pleasure to make this video.